Hey guys, what's up? It's TotalXclipse here, and I'm here today with some pre-recorded gameplay from Star Wars Battlefront, whilst we talk a little bit about the Star Wars DLC news that we've found out so far. So, first off, we know that there are plans made to make the single-player aspect of the game much more enticing, and that it is something that the game in general desperately needs, because this is probably where the game's lacking most. So what could this mean? Could we possibly be seeing a Galaxy Conquest return? Well, we can all hope so, but we're going to have to wait a little longer to find out. Now, this is because DICE have confirmed that we'll be receiving an announcement from them by the end of January. And that might actually be sooner, because I believe the first DLC is supposed to be out at the end of January. So fingers crossed we'll be hearing some new news over the next couple of weeks. But I'd like to take you back to an event that went on over the last few weeks. Now, this event had the community play over 500,000 hours of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. And having completed that with something ridiculous like a total of 1.2 million being played of Luke and Han, they've announced that we can expect a special reward that directly ties to Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, and that they will want to look to Hoth to show the fruits of your labour. So what could Luke and Han possibly be tied together on Hoth? Well, I'm just speculating here, and this is something that I've been thinking about for a couple of days, but I'd like to think that it could possibly be a co-op survival mission with Luke and Han. Now, the only real setting that I can think this of, obviously you could have it against the Empire, but on Hoth, there was a scene in Star Wars, the original series, where Luke got caught by a Wampa and was stuck in a Wampa cave. But I remember Han Solo coming out to find Luke, riding on a Tauntaun on Hoth, and finds Luke. His Tauntaun dies, and he slits open the stomach and sticks Luke inside to keep him warm from the cold. So could it possibly be a Wampa invasion, and those two are stuck in an ice cave or outside and trying to fend against them? Now, this may scream sci-fi, out of the world, you may all hate me for that, but if you look at the director's cut from the original, I think it's Empire Strikes Back, that film, the rebel base is actually under constant attack from Wampas, and they like bury their way inside the rebels' base and cause havoc everywhere. And they end up locking one of the Wampas away, or a couple of them, in one of the rooms. And when the Empire actually invades the base, C-3PO has this amazing idea to unlock the door, so the Empire go in, and obviously one of the snowtroopers gets it rather badly from a Wampa. But that's something that's been playing on my mind, and I think it might be a nice little side mission to play. But who knows? If you agree with me, or if you don't agree, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know what you think it could be, or if you think that would be a great idea. It would be nice just to get a chat going to see what kind of ideas we could come up with. But anyway, what about the DLC that's coming out to multiplayer, I hear you cry? Yes, well, we can expect 4 new game maps, a new game mode, hopefully to do with Fighter Squadron. Sorry guys, but I want another Fighter Squadron. Like, it's getting a bit samey. It's great, it's really easy to do well, but I want other game modes. Maybe take out a big ship, a big ship. Who knows? But we'll also be seeing up to 5 new pieces of equipment for each of the DLC packs as well. They've also mentioned that there will be 4 heroes and villains, but I'm not sure whether that's 4 heroes and villains altogether or 4 heroes and 4 villains. Now ideally it would be 4 heroes and 4 villains, because then we get a hero and a villain for each expansion pack. But there is a problem. They're only drawing inspiration from the original films, which means they won't be using anything from the Clone Wars or anything from Star Wars 7, 8 and 9 when they're released. Which means that unfortunately we will not be seeing Kylo Ren or Mace Windu in this Star Wars Battlefront, although they are listening to some survey feedback rather intently, and I think we might see a Clone Wars game and possibly a Force Unleashed, Force Returning game, but who knows. But the problem with there being potentially 4 heroes and 4 villains, we're stuck with how many characters we can get. Now, if we're looking at heroes, firstly we do have Chewbacca. He's been seen in the Millennium Falcon on the collectibles page, the memorabilia. So he is in game. You can even hear his voice when he's screaming. So whether he's actually going to be a proper hero, but just imagine him with his bowcaster and those explosive bolts. Oh, it'd be so good. We could also be seeing old Obi-Wan return. That would be quite nice, another Jedi. Lando Calrissian, he might be quite interesting to play with, and Biggs also comes to my mind, as he's one of the fighter pilots that's Luke's best friend. It would be really nice to have him as a hero in Star Wars Battlefront. I would say Yoda returning, but no matter how awesome he is and how awesome I'd love to play with him in game, he is very old in the first 3 films that were done. What do you call it? The original series. So I'm not sure whether we'll actually be seeing him return, unfortunately. But then we're stuck with the Empire. Now, I've been trying to think about this, but I can only think of 3 villains that could possibly come to mind, and it's not a big choice at all. First off, I'm literally grasping at straws here. We've got bounty hunters. You see IG-88 and Greedo in the very first film before he gets shot by Han Solo. Those 2 come to mind. I mean, you could have some other of the bounty hunters that are less known. And there's possibly Jabba as well, but can you see him, slithering around the battlefield, I don't know, eating people, belly flopping them, who knows. But if you guys have any ideas of what bad guys might come in place, please let me know in the comment section below, because I have no idea. I don't know. I think it's going to have to be 2 of each, in which case it'll probably be Chewbacca and maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then the bad guys would be IG-88 and presumably Greedo. It's not a big basket to choose from really without the other films. But anyway guys, that's your information for now. Hopefully we'll be seeing some more in the next couple of weeks. If so, I will be doing another video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please drop me a thumbs up. It really is appreciated. Let me know if you want to see more news games where I just talk about what news is coming, what we're hopefully seeing. As I think that might be a nice way to do some gameplay videos without me just commentating and screaming at the enemy. And if you do like my videos, then subscribe, as we're going to have plenty more coming up soon. Anyway, thank you very much for watching guys, and enjoy your day. TotalXclipse out.